Grassy Posse Packer Nation, welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grassi, and football preseason has begun, and our boys in green and gold came out victorious against the Tennessee Titans last night, 31-17. Now, got a few things to break down from this game. Going to take a look at some players in the offense. To highlight a story real quick, Josh Jones left with a potential concussion as of this morning. There really haven't been any updates, but hopefully he will be all right, and worst case scenario, he's back for the season opener. But before we break down all of these stats and take a look at some highlights, let's pay some bills. So let's talk about our sponsor, DoubleDriveSports.com, which is basically like having a friendly pool, a pick'em league on the internets, in which you and your friends make a league. You pick who you think is going to be victorious every single week, and at the end of the year, that person who has the most amount of points wins. Right now, they're doing a free version of this, or a free trial of that. All you need is an email. So you go on the website, you sign up, and if you pick the most preseason games correctly, you win a 55-inch Sony TV at the end of the preseason. So check that out. They're very good to us, and we're going to be good right back to them. So let's take a look at some stats. First of all, let's talk about some outliers here. Our punter, J.K. Scott. That boy is got hang time. Hang time for days. Had 2 punts, averaged a little over 40 yards. One was inside the 20. Had hang time of like 4 or 5 seconds, so that was fantastic. Our defense, we had some pretty decent plays. Rollins, I am worried for this man that he is not going to be on the team. A couple years ago, obviously, second round draft pick, and now I really am afraid for him making the team, and he's not looking good. He's not helping himself at all. But someone who did look very good on defense was Oren Burks. 5 tackles, 1 assisted tackle last night. He looks good, and he looks like that he can step up and fill the role of Jake Ryan, and people are talking about potentially even doing the job better. Now, I know it is just preseason, so we're going to kind of keep our expectations low, but we're going to the Super Bowl. But besides that, I was very happy with what I saw from him. Now, let's take a look at some of the players on the offense. Now, I think 2 of the biggest competitions we got going in camp right now is obviously for the backup quarterback position, and also out of our 55 wide receivers, which ones are going to make the team. And I don't think last night's game actually helped try to determine that. But first, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the Hundley. Hundley went 9 for 14, 108 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. The big thing that's coming out of this is that he can make the throws, but he doesn't have much awareness. He had a big throw to Devontae Adams. He did throw a touchdown to Williams, who looked great in the backfield, very versatile. But also getting sacked, throwing picks, and then also just not really looking that great for a guy who's coming into, his 4th year. He's always looked amazing in the preseason, but, this doesn't really give me much hope. So that's that. Deshaun Kaiser also came in for the game, 9 for 18, 134 yards, also 3 for 18 rushing. He looks really good when it comes to pocket awareness, and that he's able to avoid sacks, avoid tacklers, scramble, and get some yards. However, multiple times he stalls in the red zone, and this was a problem with him last year when he was on the Browns, and it continued this evening. Even the one throw that he made on 4th down, which was just, he didn't even make it competitive for the receiver. So Deshaun Kaiser showing some flashes, but nothing crazy either. And then you got Boyle, who's coming in, going 7 for 15, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. He showed some promise, had some pretty errant throws, but you also have to realize that this is against like the 3rd string. So I'm not going to put a ton of emphasis on what we saw from Boyle, but that being said, he looked decent, and he looked like, he is coachable. Now, going over to our wide receivers, we had the star of the evening, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, which is one of the best names to say in the world, went 5 for 101 yards and a TD. The guy looks good, and I wouldn't be surprised if he makes the team. you're looking at guys like Geronimo Allison. He'll probably make the team. Obviously, you have guys like Cobb and Devontae Adams. But now we have a ton of receivers, and it's just a matter of who makes the team. Jake Kumaro actually looked pretty good, 3 for 76 with 1 long touchdown. He looked good. Equinemius St. Brown, he had some really sexy moves on one play, going 4 for 61. Devontae Adams had 2 for 57. He only had that big thing in the big pass in the beginning. And Jamon Moore. Jamon Moore. It's like I'm trying to make that a thing. I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's like come on, man. The joke is always better when you have to explain it. Got great separation, but had too many drops, and looks like he's definitely could be a project. But right at this moment, I don't know how you determine who stays on this team if you're a wide receiver. So with that being said, this is just the first preseason game. I'm not gonna make any promises. I'm not gonna make any wild accusations. But if you're a Packers fan, I think you're pretty happy with what you saw tonight. Between the defense looking better, we got some red zone stops. We were able to actually stop some third downs. That's a good thing, even though there was a couple plays where we definitely summoned the ghost of Dom Capers. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how the Packers performed in their first preseason game. As the preseason continues, we'll obviously take a look at some of the starters. The third game is usually around where that really starts to get real. But let me know what you thought about the game last night, and let me know your thoughts on that. So, thank you so much for watching. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com, TomGrossi Comedy, or Tom Grossi Comedies on the Twitter, and the Instagram, and the Facebook. Check out our podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music. We're on a bunch of other things, and of course here on YouTube, so you can subscribe and like and all that great, wonderful stuff. If you would like to check out my debut comedy album, which is coming out 2 weeks from today, which is August 24th, Allergic to Fun. I'm super duper proud of it. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Some of you have already pre-ordered it, and thank you very much for that. It's going to be on iTunes, Amazon, and you can get a physical copy at TomGrossiComedy.com. Also, running for Parkinsons research in the New York City Marathon, so if you would like to donate, you can check out the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. It's good to have at least some kind of football back. We're not long now until the real season begins. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi, and as always, go Pack Go.